Anakin Skywalker was a household name over the Holonet during the Clone Wars. Tales were told about the leadership of the hero with no fear, and he became greatly respected by the end of the war. However, despite his close relationship with the Chancellor, he was still presumed dead after Order 66. Of course, we know that he survived, and kept his place at the Emperor's side. However, at the dawn of the Empire, Darth Vader was entirely unknown. Even though the Imperial Officer Corps likely would have respected the great General Skywalker, they had no reason to follow the orders of this new Darth Vader. This led to resentment among the ranks of the officers. In an attempt to stop their authority from being usurped, they hired bounty hunters to attempt to kill Darth Vader. The bounty hunters they sent were no match for him, and he was able to dispatch them easily. They didn't know exactly who gave them the job, but the trail they were able to find led back to Emperor Palpatine. Vader quickly returned to Coruscant and confronted Palpatine, who told him that he was not involved. Vader was not sure whether or not to believe him, but it quickly became apparent that he was telling the truth. Troubled, Vader concluded that the would-be assassins were hired by a high-ranking member of the Imperial Navy. Vader would not tolerate insubordination and wanted to be certain that something like this would never happen again. He asked Palpatine if he could call a meeting of the officers on Coruscant so that they could lay out the chain of command, and Vader could display his authority. At this meeting, Palpatine made it clear that Vader was their superior, and he spoke with the voice of the Emperor. However, there was no way for Vader to be sure which of the officers in the crowd were responsible for hiring the assassins. Vader concocted a punishment eerily reminiscent of the old Roman decimation. He called forth a number of officers at random. As they stood in front of the crowd, he explained the context of their situation and proceeded to make an example of them. Their lifeless bodies laying on the floor were the symbol of authority Vader needed to be feared by the servants of the Empire. It's fair to say that this tactic was effective, as it's referenced later by officers as a reason they fear and respect him. Clearly, Vader knew his audience. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more Star Wars content.